I'm Jim Raffel,
ColorCasters,
I'm a
LLC.
professional color management consultant and CEO of the company. I'm here at Idealliance Experience Conference, so I thought we could talk about G7 and the state of color in general. I've been talking earlier this morning about G7 and how it is a system for common visual appearance, and we were discussing the use of that technology in both the dye sublimation and flatbed UV spaces, both of which really do not fall into traditional offset printing. Many people refer to those spaces as industrial print because what we print in that space is a component part of something bigger. For example, one of my clients prints parts of slot machines. So when you put a row of slot machines together, someone looks from the left to the right and there might be 10 of exactly the same all together, and they look at them and they say, are they visually the same? So that market is like ripe for G7 and the whole concept of common visual appearance. And they also understand process control because they're measuring with micrometers and other things when they assemble things. So when we tell them that we have a system based on an agreed upon industry specification that's measurable and verifiable, they're just like, man, this is cool, and they adopt it very, very quickly. So some other trends that I see in color going forward is in the RIP space, and again, looking at inkjet. In the RIP space, it's going to be a blending of some of the steps that come before the creation of an ICC profile. And those would be the setting of our primary ink restrictions, the calibration, or in the case of G7, linearization versus calibration for G7, and then the setting of total area coverage, GCR, all of those different pieces which have always been looked at as separate. I know some software companies today that are looking at blending all of that together, including the light and dark ink transitions, and making that all one big package that kind of just rolls into the ICC profile in a fairly transparent way to the end user. And the goal being the ability to create custom profiles much more easily on the fly so that people can rely less on canned profiles, which have a lot of limitations.